Jagannath Swami Nayana Pathagami Bhavantu me. Jagannath Swami Nayana Jam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutai Stunvanti Divai Bhavai Vedai Sangha Padakramopanishadai Gayanti Jam Shah.
Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to this evening's Sadhu Sangha. Am I audible?
Hare Krishna, yes, Guru.
Hare Krishna. Okay, so we'll start with Mangala Charan. Om Agyanti Mirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttapadkamlam Shri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijan Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchan Gaurange Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priya Vanchakalpatarobhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyev cha Patitanam Pavnebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashet Deshitarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasim Tato Jayam Udiret Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So once again, welcome to this evening's Sadhu Sangha. So in the last session, we completed our study and discussion on the wonderful prayers of Lord Brahma that are known by Sri Brahma Samhita. Very, very important prayers and very high level. It goes from foundational to very advanced level prayers. And so from today, we will start our series on the glorious prayers in Srimad Bhagavatam. So the idea is to go sequentially, and we will try to cover all the prayers by wonderful devotees as their offering for Lord Krishna. So today I thought we'll cover the first verse because that itself is a prayer by Srila Vyasadeva, and a wonderful prayer. Actually, if we see in the first 3 verses of Srimad Bhagavatam itself, the whole Vigyan, the whole science of Krishna consciousness is mentioned. And if we see the purports by Srila Prabhupada are very long for these 3 verses. And devotees have analyzed, and the first verse, it establishes our sambandh, our relationship with Lord. Second verse, it tells us about our the process, how should we establish and make that relationship even more stronger. And the third verse is the Prayojan, which is Krishna Prem. So it talks about that. But regardless, we'll start with our verse 1. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Srimad Bhagavat Mahapuran ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Janmadiyasya yato anvayad iteratas chartheshva abhigya surat tene brahma hridaya adi kavye muyanti yat suryaha tejo vari mridam yatha vinimayo yatra trisargo mrishaha dhamna swain sada nirasta kuhakam satyam param dhimahi. Anyone would like to recite? Okay. You can go to word-to-word meanings. Om, O my Lord, Namaha, offering my obeisances, Bhagavate, unto the personality of Godhead, Vasudevaya, unto Vasudev, the son of Vasudev, or Lord Shri Krishna, the primeval Lord. Janma Adi, creation, sustenance, and destruction. Asya, of the manifested universes. Yataha, from whom? Anvayat, directly. Itarataha, indirectly. Cha, and Artheshu, purposes. Abhigya, fully cognizant. Swarat, fully independent. Tene, imparted. Brahma, the Vedic Brahma. This is Brahma, the Vedic knowledge. Hrida, consciousness of the heart. Yaha, one who. Adi Kavye, unto the original created being. Muyanti, are illusioned. Yat, about whom. Surya, great sages and demigods. Teja, fire. Vari, water. Mridam, earth. Yatha, as much as. Vinimaya, action and reaction. Yatra, whereupon. Sarga, the 3 modes of creation, creative faculties. Amrasha, almost factual. Dhamna, along with all transcendental paraphernalia. Swain, self-sufficiently. Sada, always. Nirast, negation by absence. Kuhakam, illusion. Satyam, truth. Param, absolute. Dhimahi, I do meditate upon. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. O my Lord Shri Krishna, son of Vasudev, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. I meditate upon Lord Shri Krishna because he is the absolute truth and the primeval cause of all causes of the creation, sustenance, and destruction of the manifested universes. He is directly and indirectly conscious of all manifestations, and he is independent because there is no other cause beyond him. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages and demigods are placed into illusion, as one is bewildered by the illusory representations of water seen in fire or land seen on water. Only because of him do the material universes, temporarily manifested by the reactions of three modes of nature, appear factual, although they are unreal. I therefore meditate upon him, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, which is forever free from the illusory representations of the material world. I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. So there is a lot in this verse, and the purport is quite long, so we'll take some points as much as we can today. So I will read the first paragraph. Anyone would like to read the first paragraph in the purport? Okay, I hope I'm still audible.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I can read.
Anyone else other than Tungavidya?
Hare Krishna, I can read also. Prabhu.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, go ahead.
Obeisances unto the personality of Godhead, Vasudeva, directly indicates Lord Shri Krishna, who is the divine son of Vasudeva and Devaki. This fact will be more explicitly explained in the text of this work. Sri Vasudeva asserts herein that Sri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead, and all others are his direct or indirect planetary portions or portions of the portion. Srila Jiva Goswami has even more explicitly explained the subject matter in his Krishna Sandarbha and Brahma, the original living being, has explained the subject of Sri Krishna substantially in his treatise named Brahma Samhita. In an Upanishad in the Samaveda, it is also stated that Lord Sri Krishna is the divine son of Devaki. Therefore, in this prayer, the first proposition holds that Lord Sri Krishna is the primitive Lord, and if any transcendental nomenclature is to be understood as belonging to the absolute personality of Godhead, it must be the name indicated by the word Krishna, which means the all-attractive. In Bhagavad Gita, in many places, the Lord asserts himself to be the original personality of Godhead, and this is confirmed by Arjuna and also by great sages like Narada, Vyasa, and many others. In the Padma Puran, it is also stated that out of the innumerable names of the Lord, the name of Krishna is the principal one. Vasudeva indicates the plenary portion of the personality of Godhead and all the different forms of the Lord. Being identical with Vasudeva are indicated in this text. The name Vasudeva particularly indicates the divine son of Vasudeva and Devaki. Sri Krishna is always meditated upon by the Parabrahmas, who are the perfected ones among those in the renounced order of life.
Thank you, Mataji. So, yeah, so this Krishna Sandarbh, there are actually 6 Sandarbhs that are written by Srila Jiva Goswami. Very, very complex composition because it is, mainly in Sanskrit, but a lot of knowledge. He has scientifically composed or scientifically mentioned all the subjects of Krishna consciousness in those 6 sandarbhas, and they are studied by all the sampradayas. They're wonderful, wonderful compositions. But again, by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada, the essence, the teachings from those sandarbhas are also all included in the purports of Srila Prabhupada. Otherwise, it's very hard to understand those sandarbhas. So coming back to the verse, so this is the verse, Lord Srila Vyasadeva, who is the Shakti Avesh avatar, who is incarnation of Krishna also. He is offering this prayer just before composing Srimad Bhagavatam. So Srimad Bhagavatam is a very, very glorious divine literature. It's not a storybook, or it's not like mythology. This should be very, very clear. As practicing devotees, to us, we should be firmly fixed that this literature, actually, this is the foundational literature for all the Vaishnavas, no matter what path they belong to, and it is accepted by everyone. The philosophy, the teachings, the pastimes, everything is I can say blindly followed by all the Vaishnavas. This is the Bible, for the lack of better word, for Vaishnavas. And so Srila Vyasadeva, he composed a lot of literature before Srimad Bhagavatam. He composed Vedas, Upanishads, Puranas. So, of course, he was a perfectly realized soul, but still he was not feeling satisfaction. So what happened? When a disciple, when a very sincere, a true disciple, he is having spiritual dissatisfaction or distress, who appears? His guru appears to help him. So his guru, Shri Guru, Narad Muni, he appears, knowing his disciple's heart. So this is the quality of a very strong relationship between a disciple and a spiritual master. The disciple will always feel connection to his spiritual master, and the spiritual master will know his disciple's heart completely. There are many instances that devotees share. When we are sitting in very private, private gatherings, devotees will share their heart, how their guru or our gurus, they some way, directly or indirectly, they appear and they will solve our queries, spiritual queries. And either you will get a phone call from Guru right away, out of the blue. He might be in some other country and you're going through some spiritual queries or dissatisfaction or some challenges. And if you're sincere in praying to your spiritual master for help, or Krishna for help, Krishna in the form of Guru, he will inspire our Guru to contact us. Many, many live examples are there. I can share a few. I mean, in spite of the worst disciple I am, but Guru is so merciful. And so Narad Muni appears on that location where Srila Vyasadeva was in his hut, and he inquires. So he asks him. So Guru is very compassionate. Right away, he will not start giving you the instruction. He will see how much ready a disciple is, how much soft his heart is. Based on that, the spiritual master will start instructing and guiding us. So Narad Muni inquires the reason for his dissatisfaction. And the most important thing is, for a disciple, for a devotee, is to reveal the heart very honestly, whatever our strengths or weaknesses might be. We cannot be duplicitous with our spiritual master or with advanced devotees or senior devotees. We have to be very, very honest and clear in our heart, very straightforward and very respectful. So Srila Vyasadeva shares his weakness of heart that he is feeling, no satisfaction in his heart. So Narad Muni, then Narad Muni, when he sees that his disciple is ready to hear, he tells the weaknesses in the compositions that Srila Vyasadeva has so far composed. They are very glorious compositions, very, very useful, very beneficial for the mankind. But there is a shortcoming in that. What was the shortcoming? That the glories of the Supreme Lord, Lord Krishna, was not mentioned directly in these compositions. That's why people, when they read Vedas, Upanishads, Purans, they get lost and they have no idea. They start worshipping the Devtas. They think that Devtas are the Supreme Lord, or some nature, these ocean, mountains, these are the Supreme Lord. They get totally bewildered. That was the shortcoming Narad Muni brought up. And he advised him to right away start composing the glories of Lord Krishna and establish his real position through his composition. Even if we see the introduction of Srimad Bhagavatam that we read, given by Srila Prabhupada gives the short description of life and teachings of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in the introduction. Why so? Because, just as I mentioned, this is not a storybook to read. It is something that has to be applied practically. So when we read and study the life of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, we study his pastimes, which just happened 500 years ago in this age of Kali Yuga. We see the practical demonstration of all these teachings. So this reading of Srimad Bhagavatam is just not reading, but it is theory plus practical application under proper guidance. And then when we properly study it under proper guidance and association, it brings the full benefit. And because Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is so merciful, he is just distributing the mercy, the devotional mercy freely. But when we go through him, we can understand this subject matter better. And one of the biggest benefit of reading Srimad Bhagavatam is studying Srimad Bhagavatam. Instead of reading, we should say studying, understanding and apply. It can remove all the sufferings of whole human society. It has this potency. And why is Srimad Bhagavatam so important? Even Srila Vyasadeva mentions in the verse 3 of chapter Canto 1, chapter 1, Nigam Kalpataror Galitam Phalam Shukha Mukhad Amrita Dravam Samyuttam. Meaning, Srimad Bhagavatam is the mature fruit of the desired tree of Vedic literatures. Supreme, mature fruit, most mature fruit. We can keep all Vedic literature, the volumes and volumes at one place, and Srimad Bhagavatam is the most mature fruit. What kind of fruit? Which has been tasted by Srila Shukadeva Goswami. Who is Shukadeva Goswami? In the spiritual world, in the Golok Vrindavan, he is the parrot of Srimati Radharani. So just like the example given is, just like that amrut, right, the guava. It is said if a guava is touched by by a parrot, then it becomes very sweet. Similarly, because it is touched, it is spoken by Srila Shukadeva Goswami to Parikshit Maharaj and thousands of rishis on the banks of Ganges, it has become very, very nectarian, very tasteful. A beautiful example. Even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, Aradhyo Bhagavan Brajesh Tanaya Tadham Vrindavan Ramaya Kashyad Upasana Vraj Badhu Vargena Ya Kalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Amalam Prema Umartho Mahan. So Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu establishes that whom to be worshipped, whom should be worshipped? The son of Nanda Maharaj. he should be worshipped along with his transcendental abode, Golok Vrindavan, not alone. The science of Krishna consciousness is Krishna, we never worship Krishna alone. We worship Krishna with his paraphernalia, with his associates, with his devotees, with his abodes. The most pleasing form of worship for the Lord is that which was performed by gopis of Vrindavan. And Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, this is from Chaitanya Manjusha, Srimad Bhagavatam is the spotless authority on everything. Even when there is a conflict between Vaishnavas on some concepts, they will refer to Srimad Bhagavatam for the final decision. And pure love of God is the ultimate goal of life for all human. And these are the opinions of Sriman Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So just wanted to speak a little bit about the glories of Srimad Bhagavatam before we start discussing the prayers. So in this verse, we see Lord Vyasdev is defining God and establishing our relationship with God. How? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Who is the Bhagavan? Who is Vasudev? Who is Vasudev? The son of Vasudev, who appeared as son of Vasudev. He is another name for Vasudev is he who is all pervading, everywhere. Janmadi Asya. Janmadi Asya means Janma Adi Asya, who takes care of the creation, maintenance, and annihilation, who is the controller of all these three features, meaning generator, operator, and destroyer of everything in this universe. Or everything is taking place under the control of his external energy. So Srila Prabhupada used to say, we must know how God created this world. So how it is mentioned in this verse here, Annayad. This word, let me find it. Anvayad. Anvayad means he is the direct creator. Anvayat, directly. Itarataha, indirectly. So he's the direct and he's the direct creator. And creator of what? He's the one who provides the basic elements for the secondary creator. Who is the secondary creator? Brahmaji. So he provides the ingredients for the secondary creator to create this universe. What are those elements? Earth, water, air, ether, fire, mind, intelligence, ego. So he gives all this to Brahma and says, have fun, play, to create this world. At the same time, whenever God creates something, directly or indirectly, there is a purpose. What is the purpose of this creation? Anyone? Please unmute yourself. Otherwise, this will be very boring. It's all theory. So please participate. What is the purpose of God, Krishna, behind this creation, this material creation? Anyone? So there are two purposes our acharyas tell. One is bhog artham, to let the living entities enjoy in this material world, because we wanted to enjoy. That's why we are here. We ended up here. Second purpose is moksha artham. That's very interesting. Please listen carefully. Bhog artham and moksha artham. Bhog artham, to let us enjoy, and moksha artham, Krishna knows that after trying to enjoy for a long time, we will get tired. We will come to the senses that there is no real happiness here, no permanent pleasure here. Everything we do on the name of pleasure will give us unhappiness in the end or distress in the end. So that he knows that after trying so many things will come back to him. Moksha artham. So that is so for devotees, it is moksha artham. And for karmi people, this is bhoga artham, right? And this is the law of material nature. Every pleasure ends in unhappiness. So I was talking to one of my colleagues yesterday who went for a vacation for, I think, 2.5 weeks. He went to Europe with a whole group. So we, of course, I mean, at work, when we meet with our colleagues, they come back from vacation, we asked, how was it? He said, yeah, it was, he started, and before going to vacation, he was so excited. Oh, I'm going to Europe tour. We are going to do this. So many people are going in our group. And he was so excited, very, very happy. And yesterday, he said, it was okay. Someone in the group, after 3-4 days, he got COVID. And then my wife got in the last few days. So she's still suffering in the COVID at home. So it is mix of distress and happiness. And if we really think intelligently, more of distress in everything we do. There might be some moments of happiness, but we are never fully satisfied here. And Krishna knows that. That's how this whole world is designed. And what is the nature of Supreme Soul? Is it matter or living force? Is Supreme Soul is a matter or living soul, living force? Everyone awake? Is Supreme Lord a matter or living force? Very simple question. Okay, I hope everybody is listening.
Living force.
Yes, living force, right? Very, very simple answer. It is a living force because matter is dead. Matter cannot create or maintain or annihilate anything on its own. For example, Prabhupada always used to give the example of car. Car needs a driver, a living force. No matter, now we see so many automation in the car industry, still there is some living force behind all that intelligence, all that computerization. People spend so much time in maintaining their body, their hair, they feel proud about their hairstyles, right? But when the same hair falls down, or we find in some food, we don't like it. What happened? The same hair we are combing every day, looking at mirror and praising ourselves. With the same hair, when we find in the food, we don't like it. We just pick it somehow, throw it out, because it is no more under the control of living force, Atma. Similarly, nails. People go out, get them polished. Even these days, men, they polish, they will color, they will trim. But if it is broken, detached, what we do? Pick it up and put in the garbage, because it is no more part of that living force. And what is this living force? Abhigya. Abhigya, this word. Abhigya means it is knowledgeable about everything. This living force is knowledgeable about everything. Just like a car mechanic, he knows everything about a car. We take our car to a mechanic, just by hearing the sound or by taking a test drive, he will understand where to fix it, how to fix it. But on the same time, we hardly know about our body, which is most closest, most dear to us. How we are breathing, how everything is getting digested, how hair and nail are growing, keeps on growing. We have no idea. There are some scientific descriptions, but still, what is the root of those things? Who has made this mechanism that we are able to breathe? We are able to digest food. How come that fire Agni is in our stomach, digesting everything? Where did it come from? If somebody asks how many hair on our head, we have no idea. Of course, with age, they are going down, but still, we have no idea. We hardly remember what we ate in the morning or yesterday or a month back. But Supreme Lord knows each and everything about everybody, all living entities. He has account of everybody. He is the origin of all knowledge, Srila Vyasdev says. At the same time, our knowledge is very limited. Somebody might be engineer, doctor, in the financial field or some other field. But that's the only thing that person will know. Even in, let's say, consider about medical or engineering field. Somebody might be civil engineer, mechanical engineer. They will have no idea about other fields of engineering or medical. But God has, He knows it all, everything. He's Sorat. So we are defining, coming back to the purpose of this verse, we're defining God and establishing our relationship. He's Sorat. Sorat means fully independent. He can make anything out of nothing. So when God creates these basic elements for Brahma, He creates out of nothing. That's how independent Lord is. He's not dependent on anything. He's very dynamic and unpredictable. One of the very important points to understand is he's not even dependent on our sadhana to give us mercy. Very could be conflicting message here. So we have to understand it properly. He's not even dependent on our sadhana to give us mercy. We can keep on doing our sadhana, but when it comes to giving mercy, it is His own sweet will. When, where, how we'll give that mercy. Our independent, in fact, we think we are independent. Like a lot of people in this world think, I'm free. I like to live free. I'm independent. I'm not dependent on anybody. But if we think again intelligently, our independence is dependent on Him. What kind of independence we have? Wonderful example our acharyas gave. Just like think about a cow which is tied with a rope. खूटे में गाय या बैल बंधा हुआ है, गांव में होता है. How much independence they have? They can only go through that particular circumference or radius. Within that circumference, that circle, they have independence. They have no independence as long as they try to stretch or go beyond the length of the rope. That's the only kind of independence we have. That is why in the spiritual area, it is said that real success is not in the results, because it is not in our hand. We are controlled by so many factors. The real success lies in our effort. So it should never be judged with results. Krishna, He's Swarat. He appears and disappears and perform His pastimes out of His sweet will, not under any force. He decides when to appear, where to appear, how to appear. Nobody can force it. Actually, when we say pastime, in Sanskrit or Hindi, we say Leela. The real meaning of Leela itself is play. Khelna. So it's a play for Him. And He decides how to play the game. Everything happens. So in the life of fully surrendered devotees, everything that is happening is by the will of the Lord, because they have merged their will in the will of the Lord. For example, we see in Srimad Bhagavatam how Ashwatthama killed 5 sons of Pandavas. So it happened by Krishna's will. At the same time, same Krishna saves Parikshit Maharaj in the womb of Mother Uttara, who was attacked by Ashwatthama, same person. So this is, everything is happening only by the will of Lord. Whom to save, whom not to save, things like that. He is completely detached. He creates and He has no attachment towards anything. Usually we are so much attached to anything we create. Even we get more attached to something we create. So that is something we need to learn from Krishna. Srila Sridhar Swami says, that we can learn from Krishna how to be completely detached. Of course, it cannot happen immediately. Shanahi, shanahi, slowly and slowly. So a question, I hope all of you can participate in this question. Very, very important question. How do we know if we are attached or detached to something, anything? It could be material thing, it could be spiritual thing. Attachment is attachment. How do we know if we are attached or detached? So I see Ajay Prabhu and Neena Mataji. I will go one by one to make everyone participate. कैसे मालूम पड़ेगा कि हम किसी चीज से अटैच हैं या डिटैच? अनुराधा माताजी, अनिता माताजी, मधु माताजी, मणिधर प्रभु, वैष्णव माताजी, Tunga Vidya. Again, the question is how to know that we are attached or detached with something. No answers? Then how will we progress?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. I think like if we are interested to doing something or then this is the attachment, or if we are not interested, then it is a detachment.
Little more concrete. Practical answer.
If you are feeling pain,
As a devotee, what do we do as a devotee? Most important thing.
जैसे हम भगवान को सर्व कर रहे हैं तो एक तरह से हमें भगवान से अटैचमेंट है, तभी हम भगवान को सर्व कर रहे हैं.
Okay. But how will we know really? Because it could be because we are expected to serve. Our mind might not be there. It might be a burden. I mean, we can be honest, sometimes it might be a burden. What is the real test? So we are serving, right? We're trying to perform devotional service. What is the most important service we do or try to do?
chanting.
Chanting.
What happens when we chant?
We are asking for more service.
But what happens? Are we really asking? Do we even remember?
When we enjoy.
I think it purifies our consciousness a little bit, purifies our mind.
Yeah, but that is the expected or desired outcome, right? That we become purified. Let me make my question more clear. What exactly is going on when we are chanting Hare Krishna every day?
If we are doing 16 rounds, so we have like
right. But
I mean, our target is like we have to complete our 16 rounds.
Still something is happening in our mind, right? Some thoughts are still there, right?
Yeah.
Agree?
Yes, Prabhuji.
So what are those thoughts? I'm not asking to reveal those thoughts, but think about it. What are those thoughts? So answer my question in that reference. That will be the most practical answer.
So what was the second question? What you said?
The question is when we...
Is it enjoyment?
Yeah, so when we are chanting, what is going on in our head, in our thoughts? We are thinking about either Krishna, hopefully, or that will be the most glorious thing. Or we are thinking about
material things.
Right? That job, kids, that devotee, that temple, that gossip, that sport, that movie, something good in the job, something bad in the job. So whatever, so to make it more practical, when we are chanting, whatever is going on in our mind during chanting, whatever we are thinking about our japa, whatever we are thinking during our japa, we are attached to it. Because our japa is supposed to be for Krishna. But we are making something else as our priority. We are not able to control that thought. So we are attached to that. That's a barometer of our, finding out where are we attached and where are we detached. So if we can keep just this one point in mind when we are chanting, it might help us to improve the quality of our chanting every day. Is that fair enough? Makes sense? Okay. Okay, so now next point in this is Tejo Tene Brahma Hriday. How he gives the knowledge to the first living entity, Brahma. He gives that knowledge through heart. So the process is we acquire knowledge from previous acharyas, the disciplic succession. So here also Krishna is imparting the knowledge to his disciple Brahma, and that knowledge is coming down in the Guru Parampara to us. Okay. And so I will skip a little bit because I think we have hardly 10 minutes left. So let me go to the few more important points. So when we say Lord Krishna imparted knowledge, or not we are saying, Srila Vyasdev is saying that Shri Krishna gives knowledge to Brahma. Here is the line here. It is he only who first imparted the Vedic knowledge into the heart of Brahmaji. What is the purpose of this knowledge? So this, when we say this knowledge, this is Vedic knowledge. This is a divine knowledge, Divya Gyan. So we are getting all this Divya Gyan through Guru Parampara. But what is the purpose of this Divya Gyan? Very simple question. Anyone? What is the purpose of we are reading, hearing? What is the purpose? So one of the purposes so that we can realize the purpose of this creation. Common people, they don't even worry about it. They are just involved in eating, sleeping, mating, enjoying the senses. But the spiritualist, they are aware of at least, these questions. What is the purpose of this creation? Why am I here? That is the start of spiritual life. The problem is we want to enjoy independent of Krishna. So there is a story, and it's a true story that was shared by a devotee, that once upon a time a son and father, they were going to another city, and the whole family was going, in a car. Now this little son, very small son, maybe 6 or 7 year old boy, he insisted that he will drive the car. Now, of course, he's so little that if he sits on the driver's seat, he can't even reach out to, his legs cannot even reach out to the accelerator or pedal, So father says, you grow up and then you can, but he was very, very adamant. I want to drive. So father says, okay, I will sit on the driving seat. You can sit on my lap, like we sometimes do in India, and then you can drive. So the son says, no, you cannot make me fool, I know, you who will be driving, I want to drive alone. So he said, where should I sit? You should sit in the back, the son says. So now the father was revealing that I was trying to keep my patience. Either I could have just slapped him that time to make him cry, and then he would have gone to sleep in the car. I could have drove. But I didn't want to hit him because then he would be angry with me and not listen to me. So father came out with an idea. What he did, he immediately bought a paddler car, that car, little car that kids will paddle and it will move forward. And he gave it to son. He said, okay, you drive this and we will go along with you. Son was very happy. Oh, I got my own car. I don't have to even use the used car now. That's this little boy, right? Child. And he said, oh, now I'm independent. I will drive it on my own. So son started moving that car on the sidewalk, and father started driving, and father was driving with very low speed to match with his paddler car. After what happened after 10-15 minutes, the son starts feeling tired because he has to paddle. He started sweating. He stopped. He said to his father, "I'm done. I want to come in the car, in the real car, and I want to just be in the car. I'm tired now." So father, what does he do? He lovingly picks the child, keep him in the car. But he knew the son will again be adamant. So he keeps that paddler car again also in the trunk of the car. So next time he again, is adamant and demands, he can give him that paddler car. While driving, then son on the way, right? He's seeing beautiful mountains, beautiful rivers. He's enjoying, and he's even sharing with father how beautiful this ride is. The point is, what is that paddling car? This is our body. And when father is driving with this paddling car to match with his speed, that is like Paramatma sitting in our heart. He's always with us, there, watching us. But because we are adamant, he has given us this body, this paddling car, because we wanted to be a controller, enjoy without him. Remember the son said, "You sit in the back, I will drive and enjoy the car." Similarly, this body is given to us, the adamant child, this living entity, who want to enjoy independent of Krishna. And still he's so loving, like a loving father who was driving very slowly, matching with the small paddler toy car to make sure he's not hurt, he's okay. Still, Krishna is so merciful. He's sitting in each and every living entity's heart all the time. Watching all our sinful, all our offenses, all our activities which are independent of him, which are not towards him. So that is the problem we have. But through this Divya Gyan, this transcendental knowledge, when we discuss, study, and understand properly in the right direction, in the right guidance, with the right attitude, this Divya Gyan will manifest in our heart. And then we will come to our senses, and just like that child who was tired after trying so much, we understand that no matter what we do, we will be tired in this material world. The real happiness is to enjoy with Krishna, or to work for Krishna and enjoy. So this is the idea of this transcendent knowledge. And also, Srila Vyasadeva says, Lord Shri Krishna, who is eternally existent in the transcendental abode, in his Golok Vrindavan. We already discussed and studied the glories of Golok Vrindavan in the Brahma Samhita. Here we are just trying, making so much effort. In Golok Vrindavan, in that spiritual realm, there is no distress, no unhappiness, no disease, no death. Everything is blissful. Otherwise, in this world, people are just trapped in the cycle of bhog, rog. Even they are doing yoga so that they can do more bhoga. They have forgot the real purpose of yoga, which is to connect back to Krishna. They're just trapped. So the problem is, for example, what we have to understand, we are the part and parcel of Krishna. That spiritual supreme soul. And that Golok Vrindavan is our real home. It is where we belong to. So for example, if we throw a stone in the air, what happens? It will come down because that stone belongs to this earth. Similarly, when we lit fire, it goes up. Why? Because it belongs to sun. So it goes to its source. Water goes into ocean where it belongs to. Similarly, Our natural state is to go back to our real home, Golok Vrindavan. Then only we will be free. And this tiny soul will manifest in its full form in the spiritual world. Other we are like a distressed, pressed entity. So much pressure. Okay. So there's a lot we can. So one thing we should understand that we have to make. So what to do? So we have to make Krishna our center of attraction. This is all this movement of Krishna consciousness is all about. Once we make Krishna our center of attraction, we will never be attracted by anything else. One example is when we go to aquarium, let's say we go to a big aquarium. Why do we go there? To see colorful fishes, their activities, they're moving around here and there. No one will go to see dead fishes, right? I hope everyone agrees. If they are dead fishes, we will not go there. So our attraction is only due to the living force in that fish, Atma. Because of that living force, that fish is very active. They are colorful, they're moving around. Similarly, this Atma is attractive. This body is not attractive. All this beauty we see in the body is all illusion. It is the real beauty is coming from the soul. And that beauty in the soul is coming from the Supreme Soul, Krishna. He is the source of all attraction. This is what we have to understand. So we should make Krishna our samsar. Our world should be all around Krishna and his devotees who are constantly engaged in his devotion. Then automatically what happens? We become part of this Krishna family right here in this life. And then it's just a matter of time. When Krishna desires, we'll pick it up. So Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur also sings, Krishnera sansar karo chhadi anachar, jeev daya Krishna naam sarva dharmasar. He says, anachar chodo. Abandon all your sinful habits. What to do? Anachar chodo and apne sansar ko Krishna ko banao. Krishnera sansar karo chhadi anachar. Give up all sinful activities. Do your all duties in relation to Krishna. Show compassion to other souls by loud. How to show compassion? The topmost way of showing compassion is loudly chanting the holy names of Krishna. Because this is Jiva Daya Krishna Nam Sarva Dharmasar. We take up any religion. The sar, the essence is Harinam, the names of Krishna. We can read Vedas, we can do this and that, we can take so many paths, but the real path, the supreme path is the names of Krishna. Rest all is for our enjoyment. It could be our even spiritual enjoyment. We want to get some satisfaction. But if we are not developing taste in Krishna now, then very difficult to progress. Aparadha sunne hoye laho Krishna naam. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita, Krishna Dhana Pran. So that is our family. Krishna Mata, Krishna Pita. How to chant these names of Krishna? Aparadha shunne hoye. By getting free from all offenses. Prabhura Agyay Bhai Magi Eya Bhiksha. Bolo Krishna, Bhajo Krishna, Karo Krishna Siksha. So by the order of Lord Gauranga, Lord Nityananda is singing this. He's saying, I beg of 3 requests of you. Chant Krishna, worship Krishna, and teach others about Krishna. We are very good in teaching others about Krishna. But I'm talking about myself. Very weak in chanting. No taste. Or worshipping Krishna in the pure form. The last part comes very easy. Gyan dena is very easy, right? But chanting, developing chant, that's why it is difficult, because although it's the most simplest way to please Krishna, it is not that simple, not that easy, right? The taste is not there. What is the remedy? Still keep on chanting. So Srila Prabhupada used to say, fix our mati in Krishna. Fix our mati in Krishna's rati. कि कृष्ण रति में अपनी मति को लगाओ, and then we get the most perfect gati. So mati, rati, gati. Our mind, intelligence should be for Krishna, his pleasure, Krishna's rati, what pleases him and his devotees, and then we get the most perfect gati, meaning destination. And destination is Golok Vrindavan Dham ki jai. So, since now we have become a part of this wonderful Hare Krishna mission, we should sincerely perform bhakti. See, there is a very nice verse which we should remember. I will take 5 more minutes. That Ayur Harati Vai Pumsan Udyam Astam Cha Yan Aso. With every rise and setting of sun, sun is decreasing our Ayu. The days are just passing. Common people are just busy in sleeping, mating, eating, just enjoying their senses. What we forget is each sunset and each sunrise, we are losing our Ayu. Why it is important? Because if we lose this human form without performing Krishna bhajan, Krishna bhakti, that is the biggest loss we have, because this purpose of whole human life is Krishna bhakti. So this verse says, except those who utilize their time by discussing topics of the personality of Godhead. If we are using this time, the sunset and sunrise will still happen. Days and nights will still pass. But if we are, using this time in discussing, hearing, chanting about Krishna, then that effect of Kali Yuga is not on us. We become part of our eternal life. And as we leave this body, we'll go to the wonderful destination. Very, very important that we every day remind ourselves that now that we have gotten this opportunity to be part of Hare Krishna mission, we should sincerely perform bhakti. And then our and our children's future will be very glorious. Absolutely no doubt about it. And in this path of bhakti, there is not only Anand, also the destination is more glorious. And Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yad Gatva na nivartante, tad dham paramam mama. One who reaches to that most perfect destination, spiritual world, he will never come back. No miseries again. So we should be very, very grateful to Krishna that he made this world for us, because we were so adamant like that child. So he still kindly created this world for us. At the same time, he made arrangements for our food, our shelter. At the same time, he gave us the opportunity to get this divine knowledge. He comes in the form of devotees, in the form of temples, in the form of dham, holy rivers, harinam, so many forms. He's coming. The prasadam, to get us back, somehow get interested in our original place of happiness. So it is our topmost duty to get inspired in Krishna consciousness before we expire. I will reiterate. It is our topmost duty, not somebody else's duty, that we should get inspired in Krishna consciousness before we expire from this body. This is our prime duty. So with this, I will conclude. And any questions, any comments, any corrections, please feel free to unmute. We can take a couple of minutes. Sorry, I think everyone joined very late, so we are concluding a little late today. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srila Vyasdev ki jai. Okay, now we have from 10 to 8 devotees, so I apologize for the delay. But any questions, any corrections? Anyone has? Okay, if not, so today we covered some of the prayers by Srila Vyasdev, and in the future we will see what manifest with this series. Thank you so much everyone for joining. Vancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patitanam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you so much for joining. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.